ready for another lesson?
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Back Row Banter, your favorite casual movie talk podcast. I am one of your hosts, Adam Schwartz, and on this week's episode, we'll be talking about the movie The Fantastic Four: First Steps. But of course, before we get to any of that, I am joined today by... Ooh, I didn't do any names. That is so unfortunate.
I shall remain nameless.
He's
nameless Nathaniel. That's me.
He's not a rock Nathaniel Gingrich.
Not a rock, just a roll. A lobster
It's clobbering time.
That's good. When I was a kid, see now Fantastic Four, we were just talking about, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. We'll get to that later. But Fantastic Four movies were also a staple when I was younger. So the like 2004 through and 2006 ones, whatever it was.
Sure.
Watched those a lot too. And somewhere there are photos of me dressed up as the Thing for Halloween. So I had the full like the Thing bodysuit with like a mask, I had like the foam arms, and then they had a speaker in it. So like when you smash them together or smash them on something, it would play a sound of like, it's clobbering time. And it'd be like the soundbite from the movie. So I remember that pretty.
Yeah, I think that's 2004 is that first one. So I would have been 11 going on 12, I think. And I'm pretty sure that's when I realized movies that could be bad. And I think like Fantastic Four fell squarely into that thing. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna see that. That doesn't look good. and you know what? I didn't until a friend showed it to me on his PSP, because you could get movies on the PSP cartridges. Dude. And I watched it on the way to school in chunks, about 30 minutes on my friend's PSP. Probably the ideal way to watch it, I think, in my experience. And yeah, I'm glad I skipped it. Shout out.
I was too young to.
That's funny.
No bad movies.
Shout out Johnny Storm. No, we'll get there eventually. Like, there's definitely dog shit movies I watched when I was a kid. My parents still complain about Pokemon, the first movie. I think that's like a well-known one amongst our generation.
What a great movie.
That like my dad watched that movie in sunglasses. If you need to,
that's hilarious.
A reference.
He's like, yeah, I'm gonna take little Nathaniel to watch a movie. It's like, and I'm falling asleep.
Yeah, he straight up took a nap. I was like, yeah. This is a 2-hour nap for me. Yeah. Anyways,
funny.
Also joining us today.
That sounds good for the listeners.
Oh, did I get a little bit of the? My bad. I don't know what to.
Telecommunications tie.
Sure.
Yeah.
Where's telecommunications come from in this movie?
Teleporting.
Did you say telecommunications or teleportation?
Yeah. He did say telecommunications.
Okay, we can go teleportation tie. There's some of that.
There it is.
All right. Anyway, hi Tyler. How are you?
I'm swell, thank you. How are you?
I'm just fine. Regretting you not coming up with names. This has not been a very smooth intro.
Well, that's clip these in.
Brother?
Clip them in. Just edit them in here. Someone clap. Timestamp this. Just insert names here. Postpod Adam will insert names here. Clap.
Just someone
also
else's
joining us
voice.
today is Big Clobber and BlakeHolder.
Okay, there it is. We'll take it. We'll take it.
Big hunger.
Huh?
The Galactus, he hungers, man. He's got big hunger.
Oh, it's like big hunger, Blake. What the hell? I mean, sure. Is that a line from the movie? Did they say he hungers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they said he's got some.
I think something along those lines.
Everlasting hunger or something.
Yeah,
something like that.
Big
I
hunger.
don't know.
It's the
Big
As
one-
the
cup,
kids
dude.
say, big hungry.
Hey,
He was big hungry.
It's like it's like Big Chungus from a few years ago. It's Big Hungry.
Yeah.
Great meme. Great meme. How are you doing, Blake?
Cool, man. We're all good, ready to roll, man. So I'm eager to talk about Fantastic Four First Steps.
Are you? I was gonna say, I'm sorry to subject you to another superhero movie, but it sounds like you're just over the moon to talk about it. Can't wait.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. I have an idea of where everyone's gonna lie on this, but
All right. We'll
well,
unpack.
let's kick it off,
Yeah,
man. I'm
maybe we
ready
should
for it.
maybe we should go with that then, but do something fresh. Have Blake try and peg where we're gonna lie on this one.
Predict where we're gonna be at.
Yeah, since this is our 8th Marvel movie on the pod or something like
Ooh.
that here.
Future.
Okay. Let's yeah, we'll do it. Do you want to introduce the film and whatnot, and we kind of
Yeah, I
get
guess
into it,
that's
and then
true.
I'll share.
Yeah, we can do that first. Fantastic Four First Steps. Nathaniel, if the listener here is new or maybe they've just forgotten, can you give a rundown quick of how our review segment works?
Howdy, folks. The way it works here on Back Row Banter, if you're new or perhaps you've just forgotten, is that it is split into 2 sections. There's the non-spoiler section, and then there's the spoiler section. That sounds pretty self-explanatory, and it is. In the non-spoiler section, we'll go over the movie itself, who wrote it, who directed it, who's in it, all that good stuff on the IMDb page. We'll decide if we would recommend this movie. Got to be a yes or no. We'll go around the squadron and tell you that. And then if you don't want to have anything spoiled for you, or you want to check out early, you can do so at that point, because then we're going to spoil everything. We're going to go into our deeper thoughts about the movie itself. Again, if you don't want to have anything spoiled for you, go ahead and check the show notes. It'll all be in there for you. But make sure you come back and see where it ranks on our Entropy list, featuring a new tiering system. Bit of sizzle on that one. So, go ahead and come back for that one later. And kick it back over to you, Adam. Tell me about The Fantastic Four First Steps. Not a great title, in my opinion. Gotta say.
I 1000% agree. I'm actually...
It might not be a money laundering movie, but it's a money laundering movie title. I'll tell you that much.
I would agree. Yeah. It's just got a lot going on. Yeah, I'm not in love with it, but is it better than Fan Four Stick?
Fan Four Stick was also
Maybe.
bad. Like there's no doubt about
Yeah,
it.
that was money laundering.
What is with this, like, set of characters in these superheroes? Like, what?
Maybe it's like
just
everything else Marvel touched went really well. This is the one they had to sacrifice, kind of thing. Like there's a cosmic balance to the universe here.
Fantastic Four was sacrificed to get Avengers: Infinity War and Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
Worthy sacrifice, if
Some might
if
say.
I do say so myself. Some might say.
Some would
Anyway,
say.
This is a new movie, rated PG-13 with a runtime of 1 hour and 54 minutes and an IMDb rating of 7.4 out of 10. It is directed by Matt Shakman. I'm not too familiar with his work. Nathaniel, are you?
Yeah, I was looking this up before the movie. He has done a lot of TV. Like he has been
I'm seeing that.
Yeah, directing bits and episodes of TV for a long time. I think he's done like 18 or so episodes of like It's Always Sunny and stuff. Like he's done everything at this point. But then he did all of WandaVision, wrote and directed all of WandaVision. That was definitely his kind of intro to MCU land. And he is taken on Fantastic Four now. Originally, this was going to be John Watts coming off of the Spider-Man series. That was going to be his next thing. But they decided to go a different direction. He left the project, and then we got Mr. Shakman. Which I think shows in certain areas of the movie. I think he, he handles the ensemble scenes well and that kind of thing. But we'll delve into that a little bit more later on. Adam, have we introduced the movie enough? Or where are we going next?
Well, no, we're going to writers.
Sure.
There's so many credits.
Yeah, at least 4, right?
they separate it by screenplay and by story. So we have On the screenplay side of things is Josh Friedman, Eric Pearson, Jeff Kaplan, and Ian Springer. On the story side of things, we see Eric Pearson, Jeff Kaplan, Ian Springer, and then Cat Wood is the addition there. And then, of course, based on the Marvel Comics by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. The cast includes Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby. Is it? How do you say his name? Is it Eben?
Eben.
Eben? Eben?
Yeah,
Eben Moss Bachrick.
Yeah.
Or Back.
Back.
Is that I get it? Did I get it right? All right, Bachrick. And then Joseph Quinn and Ralph Ineson is here, and Julia Garner and
oh, my guy.
probably
Paul Walter Hauser.
Yes, yep, he was the other pretty good one, or pretty big character there. But he's here as well. I think I'll probably leave it there. There's a few other characters around, but that's your main cast. The IMDb summary reads as follows. Forced to balance their roles as heroes with the strength of their family bond, the Fantastic Four must defend Earth from a ravenous space god called Galactus and his enigmatic herald, Silver Surfer.
Fantastic Four.
I really don't like the
Fantastic
theme.
Four.
I really don't like it.
I kind of dug it.
I didn't in the trailer. I didn't in the movie. Just something about it. I'm like, ugh. I don't know.
Let it wash over you. Let it shower over you.
I don't think that's helping anything. Teach their own. Blake, do you have any guesses on where we're gonna be at? Exclude yourself because I don't want to spoil where you're at in your ranking because that just defeats the purpose. But where did you? Okay. Where are the rest of us gonna be at?
Okay, so I think the highest on this, I'm gonna take Nathaniel.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna take. Hey, look, fellas, I got it. I can only play with the cards in front of me, right?
Sure.
No, absolutely.
Right. So I'm gonna go Nathaniel with the highest. I'm gonna go Ty the lowest. I'm gonna go Adam. Just gonna mid-tier it with the group.
Okay. Now, Nathaniel and Tyler, do we think Blake is the lowest? I think he is.
I think so.
I think so too.
I'll say no, just for variety's sake.
Okay. I mean, I hope he's not. That'd be fun. If this of all movies was the one to flip Blake over, I mean, that'd be something. All right. Well, since Nathaniel's potentially the highest, I want to hear his thoughts here. Non-spoiler thoughts, Nathaniel. The Fantastic Four first steps. Mm-hmm. What are your first impressions?
Yeah, man, I had a pretty good time with it. It is my initial thoughts coming out of the theater was like, okay, I feel like everyone on this movie like tried. And that the movie didn't get released with like bits where they were like, fuck it, good enough, go ahead and let it go. Like I feel like it got a final pass over. Everyone went through, like it got a clean edit. Like everyone oversaw it because they were like, this is a one that we're betting on to be big. And I think that shows in the production design, in the use of real sets, in the clearly very thought about ahead of time visuals. And the whole thing has a level of polish I don't think we've seen on very many of the phase whatever we're in movies since Endgame, you know, like on a nuts and bolts level of craft. You put this thing and Ant-Man next to each other and this thing's gonna smoke it every day of the week, right?
I'd agree with that.
Now, is it reinventing the wheel in some ways? I think in a lot of ways, yeah. But you know, it was a pleasant enough time. I think, you know, big question right out the gate, like, would I prefer to watch this or Superman? Still Superman, yeah. And I'm still more excited for the way that the DCU is going in the near future than the MCU currently. So, that's just how it's going at the moment. But I don't think this hurts Marvel in any way, other than to just kind of like keep the stuff from the general goodwill from Thunderbolts moving forward. But I don't think this solves the problem overall that they have, which is just people are gonna just stop watching in general, I think, at some point. Yeah. So that's those are my spoiler-free thoughts. Performances I thought were all pretty good as well too. I think there's a few standouts. I think Joseph Quinn's really good. Thought Eben Moss Backrat as the Thing was pretty great. I go back and forth on Vanessa Kirby. I don't feel like she's the one that feels most kind of like not in the same cast. However, I liked the relationship with Sue and Reed better than I was anticipating, I guess. I think a little bit as well too. So, yeah. Tyler, where are you at?
Well, it's not good, fellas. I definitely don't think that it's like the worst by any means. It's not like terrible, and it's gonna sound probably like throughout this episode that I'm taking a heaping pile of shit on this movie, but I'm not. I do have some negative points. I will say your comment with like there is a level of polish on this movie. I couldn't agree more. That's like nail on the head. But that just makes me think that this could have been so much better, and it just wasn't. It just kind of followed the status quo. And the weird thing is a lot of people like this movie, not just like love. People are like saying this is like the best Marvel movie we've had since like Endgame, and I'm like, you're nuts. So yeah, I mean they did something right? Because the vast majority of the people that are going to see this like it. I think you're just gonna see some people be a little nitpicky about it, and it is what it is. I was just hoping because of the hype and after like seeing that like critically wise it was doing pretty well, fan based and like writer based. So I was, I'm like, all right, or critic based. So I'm like, whatever. I'm pretty, I'm hoping that there's something here, and it just kind of was another Marvel movie. So that's all I got. Adam?
I'm closer to Nathaniel. I had a pretty good time with this movie overall. But agree, like the immediate and easy comparison that Nathaniel mentioned, and that like even the friends that I saw with, we were all kind of like, all right, well, this or Superman, and it's still Superman for me.
Yeah.
But it's closer than right. I don't think that should be questioned. I think Superman was just the better movie. It had a better, had a better time with it overall. But it was closer than I expected it to be, because there was definitely certain parts of this, and pretty nostalgic for Fantastic Four in terms of like the characters and everything. So it's a movie I like. I wanted to enjoy, but kept my expectations pretty low on, just because Marvel and what they've been putting out recently. But yeah, I definitely had a pretty good time with this. It doesn't, I don't think it like reinvents anything necessarily. Like I think it's pretty good for what it is. These are seemingly, I'm not going to say I've read a ton of the comics, but like seemingly pretty good renditions of the characters. And as you guys have said, and I'll echo, it does feel like this one had some more thought and care put into it, and wasn't just rushed out the door. And that was much appreciated. Now there's a little bit more green screen stuff going on than I probably would have liked in some scenes that I don't think needed it. That's still noticeable, and that's still something that I want them to address going forward for their higher scale movies and stuff. But I don't know if that will happen, but we'll see. But yeah, I still was pretty pleased overall. Had a good time with it. Liked it much more than I was really anticipating. But I think it's all where you kind of set your if you go into this, like my dad had really high expectations, and he was like pretty like okay on it coming out, and I had pretty low expectations and felt pretty good about my time. So I think this is definitely going to be one of those movies where kind of just got to temper your expectations a little bit, and maybe you'll be surprised. But yeah, I think this is pretty solid. Pushing it seems like this is kind of more the direction the MCU is going to go in. Sets up some interesting things somewhat, but again, as Nathaniel said, still more excited for the DCU after watching Superman in this back-to-back. Yeah, still a good time. Would recommend. Blake, I'm curious to see your thoughts. I see you agreeing to some of the things being said over here, so I'm curious what that means.
Yeah, well, I think I was kind of doing a lot of head nod and smiling because ultimately, somewhat self-centered. I believe I got it correct with Nathaniel being the highest, Tyler being the lowest, and you in the middle.
You did. You did.
But yeah, all jokes aside, I mean, I'm significantly closer to Ty. Yeah, I do agree with the statements from Nathaniel and Adam that this does kind of have some heart to it. It seems like people are all in, and no one's really from top down, from the writing to the directing, people are kind of bought in on their characters. But yeah, I'm with Ty. It's like, no, they're not reinventing the wheel. There's nothing really new I'm seeing here. I don't know how I really feel about Pedro Pascal playing Reed Richards and being the smartest man in the universe. I don't know. It just didn't seem like something I was really buying. Vanessa Kirby is Sue Storm. I think she did okay as well, but it just, I don't know, man. I think I'm just tired of watching these types of movies with nothing changing. Like every time I watch these movies, it's like, okay, like what are the stakes? And they show me the stakes of like, oh, well, the world can end. And it's like, well, we know that's not going to happen. Right. And like, then it's just a 2-hour gap that the movie just kind of portrays of what's going to happen. And then they end up ultimately saving, where we haven't really seen anybody. We haven't seen any antagonist win, right? Outside of really, for the most part, what is it, Infinity War? So yeah, I think that's kind of just my biggest gripe with it. And yeah, it's very predictable. There were some scenes in here I just didn't really care for at all. There's a lot of CGI, which is expected with Marvel, and like all I could think of is unfortunately just the meme that we've shared in the group chat, and it's like, wow, this shot looks amazing, and like everything is just green screen. Right, of like this entire movie. That being said, though, I do like, and I can't, apologies, I don't know if I'm gonna pronounce the actor's name correct. I think you said, is it Evan?
Yeah.
Evan, yeah, who's playing
Ben Grimm, aka The Thing.
The Thing, thank you. Yeah. My favorite character in the movie by far. Right. And the person who I think is like dialed in to 10, totally bought into their character, totally bought into the script, and is just kind of, in my opinion, is like acting way better than everybody else. So yeah, those are kind of my brief thoughts. But yeah, overall, I'm incredibly low on this. Would I watch? Like, there's no reason I would watch that. And like, I wasn't even that high on Superman, but I would watch Superman 10 out of 10 times before I put this on. And that's just how it is, man. So to Nathaniel's point, I'm more excited with what the DCU is going to end up doing with James Gunn, kind of taking this darker approach, as obviously they've been doing, but even having Mike Flanagan on the Swamp Thing, and just kind of those rumors are just much more appealing to me than watching the next 7 cookie cutter Marvel movies that are ultimately going to get us to Doomsday. Which I imagine is probably going to go some way along the lines of Infinity War and Endgame, where there's probably going to be a part 1, part 2-ish. Part 1, we're probably going to see Doctor Doom somewhat win to an extent, and then obviously they're going to retcon that with the second one. But yeah, so I'll share my deep thoughts afterwards. But yeah, I don't know. Just way too many Marvel movies for me to be like, yeah, this is the one to go watch, right? There's now a selection of 30 movies. I can't.
Oh, it's more than 30 at this point, dude. I mean,
yeah, I don't even know what phase we're on.
And
what is this, phase 4?
That I can't answer. I have
we're
no
going
idea.
into 5 or somewhere in there.
Okay.
Could have told me it was 88, and I would have believed you. But
I think that's a bit of a hyperbole, but I understand where you're going to.
No, that's not hyperbole.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at. We can jump into spoilers for everybody, but it sounds like we've got recommends from Nathaniel and Adam,
Yeah, it looks like we're just split on this one. So 2
and then
recommends, 2
no
not
recommend from me.
recommends.
Yeah, I can't genuinely find a reason to tell somebody to go and watch this movie when there's superhero movies like Superman out there.
100%.
That's valid.
100%.
All
right. Spoilers.
With all that being said, then go ahead and check the episode description if you've not seen the movie. You want to skip over spoilers, I've left a timestamp you can use where you'll be taken to the ranking of the movie up upon our entropy list.
Spoilers.
So we got a spoiler noise. All right, cool.
Shit goes down.
Shit goes down.
Indeed, it
Yeah,
does.
guys. Like, how does everyone feel about Sue Storm like almost soloing Galactus?
So it's funny you mentioned that because I was thinking about that in the middle of that move or in the middle of that scene, especially where I'm like, she is the strongest of the 4 of them by a lot.
Right. Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure canonically, again, I'm not an expert on that kind of thing, but I'm pretty sure
sure.
canonically, like she is supposed to be the strongest of the 4.
It's got to be.
by-
It's got to be
by-
her
by-
or Johnny Storm, right? Like, there's no way. It's
well,
Reed Richards.
It
I mean, in
goes-
terms of-
it really goes between her and Reed because Reed
really?
is
Wow.
Reed is like what he's like one of the most genius people in the Marvel universe. Like
Yeah,
his level of genius is insane. So that's why he's rendered so highly in like the ranking of them. But as far as like sheer power goes, yeah, I mean Sue definitely wins.
Okay.
Yeah. So I didn't take offense to it, but I had that thought in my head where I'm like, I bet a lot of people are like, what the hell? Like, how is that possible? But like, if you don't like know,
Well, I
that
get.
Sue Storm got it like that, then
Yeah, I mean,
mean,
it also
yeah, I
kills her.
get it.
So like, I was cool with that.
well, that's that's true too.
Which, like, I hear that, Nathaniel, but then I'm like, there's no way she's dead, right? But that's
No.
also me just watching a Marvel movie, right? Like, I don't think that's ultimately
Right.
going to be the result where
But like, that's
she manages to save the world, which
yeah. I mean,
to
I
whatever
guess-
capacity, and then she's going to ultimately sacrifice herself. I was like, that's not going to happen.
It's I mean, it's like it's a little bit of like that's also comic book movies in general as well too. Like at no point is
Yeah, yeah,
Superman
yeah.
not gonna win, right? Like there's a little bit of that. Like my feelings were big part of this is that they switched universes, right? This is a different reality, different multiverse, whatever.
Timeline.
Different timeline, sure.
Multi-
Earth 828,
That's-
whatever.
I think
But
Sure.
I liked that world. I thought that was really fun. I liked that it's kind of like just a little bit of a nicer place in general. It seems like they have kind of like world peace, and then like their old villains are like also on speaking terms with people and stuff too, and like you get to kind of be a little bit of an asshole, but like you're still just kind of like well, you underminer or what mole man or whatever it is, you know.
Mole man.
Yeah, like I liked that setup and I enjoyed that kind of time there.
I loved your really quick. I loved your undermine reference because that's incredible.
Yeah, 100%. Which is still the best Fantastic Four movie, and you can't tell me otherwise.
Well,
but the I liked the world that they set up. And yeah, I mean, obviously the stakes are going to be that like the world could end. I liked their solution for it was teleport the entire Earth away.
yeah.
Like it's such a weird comic book option. And I enjoyed that. Overall, it was not.
It was also. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting.
No,
you.
you're
My
fine.
apologies. Go ahead.
You're fine. It's you know, I think the classic joke is that like there's two plots in comic book movies, and it's, you know, turn off the beam into the sky or close the gate. And this was an open the gate movie, so it did subvert that trope on that side of things. I liked Galactus. I liked also like the Silver Surfer. I thought was pretty sick too. I like that she's like literally surfing lava down a planet.
Yeah, dude. She's
Worth
like surfing space dust.
Yeah.
And like, you know, that kind of thing too. That was cool.
that was pretty neat. That
She surfed a wormhole for a second.
yeah,
That
man.
was
That was cool.
Yeah,
I agree. That
I
was
mean,
cool.
that we haven't seen that before.
But like it's. I understand where the guys are complaining from. Like, I also think Marvel as itself as an institution at this point, right? And like, that's also a little bit of what we're butting up against at this point as well. But I think this is them being pitching something down the middle and being a little inspired about it. We'll see where it goes from there. I think I think Marvel at this point is so big that any movie that they pump out is going to have this kind of spread on the podcast. Like, this is going like any Marvel movie that comes forward is probably going to be looking like at this. Like, this is how we're going to be voting on it. Pretty much at this point, one of us is going to hate it. One of us is
I ultimately I agree.
is gonna do that. Like, it's so big at this point. They can't help themselves. Like, it's not the best thing they could possibly do is put it on ice for 5 years and start over with X-Men.
Yeah.
Well,
Now, are there, and I guess you guys would know as well, just being more aware of the comics and probably more so Tyler than Nathaniel, are there always a lot of parallels between the Fantastic Four and the Incredibles? It's like that's exactly how I felt watching this movie.
I mean, The Incredibles is like a Fantastic Four. Like,
Okay.
I think it's important to note Fantastic Four predates The Incredibles by a few decades.
Yeah, I knew
so-
that much.
Yes, but I mean, yeah, it's not really hard to not draw the parallels between the powers featured in that movie and this one. So,
Mhm.
and that they're a family.
and that they're family. That's certainly part of it. I mean, yeah, it's definitely a good rendition of a Fantastic Four type story. I would agree. Nathaniel, what I was gonna interrupt you with by saying is the whole teleportation climax of that movie reminded me a lot of the Evangelion episode where they turn off the power for the sniper shot.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
That's all my mind kept going back to.
Yeah.
Which like isn't like the most unique thing to Evangelion, but I was just like, man, they needed all the power, all of it.
Yeah.
Nationwide
Turn off
blackout.
everything.
Everyone goes, and then everyone goes underground. I was like, this
Yes.
is just an Ava episode. But no, I agree with a lot of your points, Nathaniel. I do think it was an interesting climax, and in terms of like I haven't seen something like that a lot. Like, oh, our climax is world unity in building these like bridges across the world and trying to create a teleportation to wherever. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed that part quite a bit.
I do think it's
Thought
interesting.
it built up pretty well.
I think it's interesting too that they're not the same movie, but they like Superman and this both share a similar tone, and the like as these both entries in their kind of like respective like Marvel gets a clean slate with this one basically as a chance to, because it is a new universe, right, or for whatever, and DCU is quite literally starting to try and build off of it. I do find it interesting that both those like within weeks of each other are coming out with this sort of more cheery kind of world to them. They're not trying to be very, realistic with it overall. It's like kind of heightened on purpose. I don't know, just something to talk about.
Sorry, what was heightened on purpose? You cut out a little bit for me on that one.
I was saying that just the tone of each world is like heightened. Like they're not trying to be oh, this is what superheroes would be in real life, or even like I feel like the Marvel world at a certain point was like kind of parallel with our real world, and like now like with both of these where they're giving clean slates, they both are kind of choosing to set them in these kind of like heightened, slightly more innocent worlds, it feels like.
Sure.
Yeah.
More fantastical, more comic booky style.
Yeah, like
characters
leaning into
and
that a
settings
little
and
bit
everything.
more. Yeah, into the goofiness of it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm on board for DC doing that, and James Gunn has already come out and said that they're going to kind of have all movies be very different in
Yeah,
tone and,
yeah.
and style, kind of, and they're all going to kind of blend together, which I look forward to. With Marvel, though, the fact that they've already kind of had a pre-existing,
Yeah, there's always kind of like a
um,
formula, right?
uh, yeah, exactly. They've kind of had a canon for the rules of what superheroes look like in the universe, and trust me, I mean, I've seen Captain America: Brave New World. They don't always follow that, but it's going to be interesting to see, because this one, just being straight up, these characters are from a completely different timeline and universe from all the other characters we've seen. It's going to be interesting to see what they do when they bring these characters into that other timeline, into that world, because even down to their costumes are like definitely very different in style than a lot of the other
Yeah.
costumes we see in the MCU. So just even them standing next to other characters in their costumes, like, how are they going to stand out? How are they going to look? I've just had kind of like thoughts in the back of my mind about what that is kind of how that's gonna play out a little bit. Do you guys think at some point we see John Krasinski's Reed Richards at some point in like a crossover event of like where
No,
timelines are merging?
I
You don't think we see him
they-
again?
I think that they have shown him, and he really wanted to play that part, and I think that has fulfilled him and what they were trying to achieve. I think it was always meant to just be like that one-time thing, just so he could say he did it.
Agreed.
I really would like to, because I've always liked
I would
the
too.
idea of him, and when they showed him the first time on screen, I was like, dude,
Dude, he
let's
was it was
fucking
great.
go. Yeah,
I think he fits
But,
that character really well.
but yeah, I don't think it'll happen again.
I mean, you're probably right, but I want it to.
Right there with you there.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, well, like one thing I did enjoy in this one is the Johnny Storm character, or played by Joseph Quinn, is
You mean
in
Ken?
this one. Say it again.
I said, you mean Ken from Barbie?
Is that who that is?
No.
No,
That's Ryan.
that's Ryan
That's
Gosling.
Oh,
It's like,
Gosling.
it's the
Okay, I was
same,
like, what?
that's every time I looked at him, that's all I could think of.
Oh, okay, I've got you. Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, sure, with his like haircut and
What-
everything.
Yeah,
I'm
and
like,
then,
hi, Ken.
No, I
khakis with it
got it.
tucked
That makes
in and
sense
whatnot.
now.
Yeah.
That's good. That's actually.
That went way over my head. I was like, I
was-
think that's Ryan Gosling. I was like, but maybe I'm tripping right now. One thing I was gonna say is, though, I do like his character in this one, where he's more fleshed out than like the previous ones with like Michael B. Jordan and Chris Evans. For those, he's more just like a womanizer, and in this one, I mean, he shows he still has traits of that, but he's like, no, like I'm actually a smart person. He's a person who can decipher the language right from the Silver Surfer and kind of put out this message to the group that he's also a successful working member of the team, and kind of not just there as like the dumb muscle per se, as well as he was just kind of always ready for war at times, right? So like if they had to sacrifice Franklin, like he was willing to do it himself. When they go to the ship to speak to Galactus, right, and Galactus kind of stands up to assert dominance, Johnny Storm essentially flames up, right, flame on, and goes up and fights him. So that was kind of cool to see that. It's just a little different than the previous Fantastic Fours. That being said, though, man, like there's just still some of the few things I find redeeming, man. I mean, there was a lot of times in this where like I laughed, and I know it wasn't meant to be funny in certain scenes. One I can recall immediately is the Thing character where after the group comes back and announces publicly that the offer was to exchange their son, but they said no, we're not going to do it. Which I was like, who the fuck would say that out loud?
Yeah, I know.
That was like the first thing I thought. But I was like, but I guess if you're a superhero, you want to be trustworthy and whatnot. Sure, whatever. So then they're getting like some backlash for it, which like was really only at the press conference, and then one interaction we see of the Thing walking in the alley, and there's like the group of guys like running by, and like, well, what about us? We matter too. And then like the next scene cuts to them being at home eating dinner, and he's like, guys, it's getting so bad outside. And I was like, there's only one person who said anything to you at all. So like, I don't know, man. I was like, that's fucking hilarious. Like they made it seem like they were just being like ridiculed for that, right? And they only show a few times where it's brought up. So stuff like that was just funny to me, man.
Yeah, there were a couple moments I had similar reactions. I don't remember the exact thing. There was one in that same scene you're talking about when they returned from the Galactus thing, because he's saying, "Yeah, we didn't exchange the child," and he goes, "Well, obviously." It's obvious. Like I couldn't tell if he was trying to say obviously because like they still had the child, or if he was like saying it because he kind of said it as if like he was implying like that was the obvious thing to do, and it was like it's like I don't know if that's really the obvious thing here, sir. But that one got me. There was a couple other moments too. But I agree with you on the Johnny Storm characterization
For sure,
and really all four of them in general. Like I did end up liking their dynamic, and you could clearly tell like Johnny Storm had a different relationship with his sister than he did with Eben and the Thing, and then like with Reed, like I don't know, they had such great character dynamics between the individual characters as well as the four of them together, and especially we've already kind of touched on a little bit the dynamic between Reed and Sue and their marriage, and like the very real like conversations they've had of like, well, I know you've thought about it. Like I know you're like thinking things that I don't want you to think about, and it's like, well, I like that's just who I am. Like I have to think like the very real conversations. Very real. She that you are even considering, something like she's very valid for that, but at the same time, he's just doing what Reed Richards does. Like he can't help but just think about every possible situation. Like I thought that was really good, really good dynamics.
Yeah, I would agree. I thought those moments were landed pretty well overall.
Yeah.
Well, should we see where it ranks? Do we have any other final thoughts or bigger opinions there?
I've got some quick things I'll share. One is that at this stage in Marvel, I am absolutely aware that there are post-credit and mid-credit scenes, and I don't even bother to stay anymore. Like this movie ended, and I just got up and walked out.
I didn't stay either.
Okay, for sure. Yeah. So does anybody want to?
I'm like, if I really want to go see it, it'll be online in like a day. I'm like, I can go watch it whenever I want. I'm not gonna sit here.
Yeah. So does anybody want to shed some light on what those scenes were?
The first mid credits one was 4 years later. 4 years later. And then it's like Sue Storm in her kitchen, and then we're in spoilers, so I'm not gonna spoil anything really. But yeah, it's Sue Storm in her kitchen, and then you could see the baby in the background, and then she turns around, then she turns around again, and then the baby's not where he was before. Corner, like it was behind the piano or something like that. She comes behind and finds the kid, and there's a hooded figure in front of the kid. Ooh, who is it? It's Dr. Doom, and then it cuts, and you don't even see the face or anything. He's just like crouched in front of the kid, like holding something in front of it. And then
name
it cuts.
Is Franklin.
Franklin, there you go. That's right. Stupid ass name. And then sorry to anyone named Franklin.
Yeah, I was like, shout out all the Franklins out there.
Franklin the Turtle, dude.
Yeah, that's where I was going next.
I mean, man, do I need to cut that? I feel that feels targeted and mean.
No,
like
you're fine.
No,
I don't think anybody named Franklin listens to our podcast.
I actually don't mind the name Franklin.
Hey,
just in this context.
If you're a Franklin listener, please contact us.
Right in. And,
yeah.
And you'll get a formal apology from me. I do like the name Franklin, and Frank has a shorter name. I like Frank too. But that kid, just thinking of a baby named Franklin is just kind of funny to me. Franklin's such like an adult name to me.
You probably just go by Frankie, right? As a kid.
Something like that. But I don't know, calling a baby or like they were like a 4-year-old toddler, or whatever, like Franklin. Yeah. Like I don't know. That's just such an adult name.
They were calling him Franklin as the kid was 2 months old, which is also,
I know. That's I think
baby
what
name
was throwing
for
me off was that 100%. I'm like Franklin. Like damn, dude, he's a new. Anyway, that's probably what was throwing me off. Regardless, the end credit scene was stupid. It was like a clip from like they showed the cartoon of Fantastic Four at the beginning of like their little epilogue thing, and it was just like that clip fully played out for like
it was meant to be an homage to the old cartoons.
Sure. Yeah.
It had like nothing to do with plot line.
Nothing
or
to do with anything.
Spoilers or anything like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think the trend / the norm has become anything relevant to the story or future story is the mid-credit scene, and it doesn't feel like the end credit scene has been relevant in a very long time.
Mm.
So that's my take.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you didn't miss much there.
Well, before we close out, though, I do want to give some credit to Julia Gardner. I do think I think she did well as Silver Surfer. There was a lot of flack, of course, in today's society as why was it changed from a man to a woman. But I ultimately think she did well. Her monologue where she first gets to Earth, what is it, 842? 882? She has the 828. And she has the monologue of who she heralds and whatnot. So yeah, that was cool. I think she's
I like that scene
well
a lot.
developed. Yeah, for sure. That's one of the better scenes in there. So definitely want to give her some credit on that. But as well as my boy Ralph Ineson. So I didn't know he was in this, but once Galactus started speaking, I was like, oh, that's absolutely my man.
Guy.
So yeah, I was bought on for that for sure. That was cool. That was a pleasant surprise.
I think Galactus was that's what was going to be my final touch on it. I think it was a pretty cool villain. And I think they did it pretty well. And then like when he steps out of his spaceship, and like he's in New York City, or they're in New York, right?
Yeah.
When he steps out like that, like I thought that was a pretty cool kind of build up to that. Thought it was a cool villain. I like the tandem of the Silver Surfer pairing and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was done pretty well. That was going to be kind of like my last little tidbit. But then yes, I agreed with you on the Julia Gardner thing. Silver Surfer was cool.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Ty.
I was just gonna oops, sorry, I accidentally hit mute. My biggest thing is like we've seen this movie before. It's just new characters. This is the Silver Surfer movie from 2007. Like she comes or he comes the first time and basically says, "Yeah, things are gonna happen, and I'm just gonna let you guys know that you can't stop it." And like they do stop it, and then Silver Surfer is the one that ends up saving the day. That's literally just this movie.
Yeah, but I didn't see that one.
There's a baby. So that's fine, but I'm just saying, you know, that's the same movie. So that's where it kind of falls off for me.
Yeah.
You know, again, I'm not expecting them to reinvent the wheel or anything like that, but you know, it's just it doesn't do enough. You know, I think we actually took a big leap forward with the Marvel Universe, with Thunderbolts, and then like, yeah, there's emotion in this, and I do like everybody playing their character in this, but for some odd reason, it just like, I don't know, maybe I just didn't get enough of the characters. I feel like there were like almost no powers being presented. Like you see Reed like stretch like once, maybe twice.
I do agree.
There's Johnny only flies around, you know, a couple of times and then makes a big 4 in the air. And then the coolest thing that fucking Ben does is he runs down all the pillars, and then like that's it. That's all you see.
Yeah.
And then there's just no good way. And this isn't really like editors or writers or anybody who was making this movie. There's no good way to put on screen unless you know a little bit about Sue, is that people are going to come out of that movie thinking that she's telekinetic, and she's not. She can make force fields, and there's just no good way to put that on screen. So that's kind of like a downfall. There just hasn't been a really good way that somebody's projected the fact that her deal is force fields, not being telekinetic. So, but I love the aesthetic of this movie. Time period, costume design.
Yeah, that's cool.
Color palette, like so
Herbie
good.
the robot.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, Herbie was great.
I do like the fact that there's a little bit of like R2D2 in there. Like you don't know what he's saying, but Richards does. So I thought that was a pretty cool aspect, because most of the time you just kind of get, you know, like a little robot having its own voice, and
Call Alan
it
Tudyk.
just, you know, talks. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I guess those are like my biggest gripes. And then, like I said, I'm not like, it's just gonna sound really bad, but this isn't the worst Marvel movie we've gotten.
Not even
really
close.
bad.
That's not even the worst Marvel movie we've gotten this year.
What was worse this year?
Captain
Captain
America: Brave
America.
New World.
Captain America.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you forgot
Like,
about it, didn't you?
this
That was
shit,
this
I mean,
year,
dude,
brother.
I don't like this movie. Like, there are some redeeming qualities where I don't have any of those in Captain America, Brave New World. But even like in the I know we're wrapping up to get out of here, but even in the Galactus scene, right, where he comes down to New York City and he's walking and they set up to have the baby to be transported in the I don't even know what scientific term is, where Galactus is going to reach for the baby and they're going to teleport him elsewhere. I love how they have that entire thing set up and like they've they move the baby into the headquarters and they're hoping that he's going to reach and grab the replacement like stroller thing per se.
Yeah.
But like as that entire thing's going on, like Reed Richards is like 10 feet to the left waiting to pull the switch. And I'm like, it's just like, I don't know, man. Just stuff like that just drives me insane. I was like, how would somebody not see like I'm being set up?
Yeah.
Like they want me to grab this thing. He's standing right next to this switch, you know, but I don't know, dude. That's just me. So
The
Yeah,
funny part
I had
too
that
is
thought
like
too.
the baby carrier it's transparent still. It's not like they tried
Exactly.
to cover it that the baby wasn't in there anymore. It's literally just like you could see see the baby in there, and then they just replace it with another empty one that you can clearly see is empty.
yeah.
And they're like,
Yeah.
yeah,
For sure, dude.
I agree 100%. And I know that this is obviously also geared towards people, of a different age group than I am, but there's just too many flaws for me to like say, yeah, go out and watch this thing. Go watch Superman.
100%,
good.
man. Yeah.
So much fun.
Totally agree.
But that's okay. I'm not gonna like. This is not a hill I'm willing to die on. But any closing thoughts? Or are we good to get her up?
Get her up.
All right. Welcome back, listeners. Skipped over the spoiler segment of the podcast. We're going to go ahead and throw up Fantastic Four First Steps up upon our Entropy list. Excuse me. For those of you who do not know, the Entropy list is Back Row Banter's official list of all the movies we have reviewed, all on a list compared to one another. It's essentially how we rate our movies. Rather do out of 5 stars. We throw up all the movies on a list and see how they compare. And this week is our first week of our tiered list, our tiered Entropy list. If you did not listen to the 5-year anniversary episode, the list is the same. Nothing dramatic changes with the ranking process or where the movies are or anything like that. We have just defined some borders and boundaries of where we think the quality of movies lie, and created a tier list out of it. So if you want to look at the tier list, I have it in a document that I will make sure is linked in the episode description. And it's a Google Doc. It's just a list, and it's got them separated a little bit here. But that way you can kind of check out and see where our lists are or where our tiers are. We have, what do we agree on? 7 tiers. We have our S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, F tier, and our money laundering tier. Movies so bad you have to ask, were they made to launder money? Go check out the list and the tier list if you want to see where all the movies are at this point. I'm not going to read through each of the tiers and everything, but I will let you guys know where this movie ends up on the list. But again, nothing changes with our ranking process. We're going to go give it a rank, average it out, and then see where it lands. And then it gets placed into whatever category or tier that it lands in. So that being said, does anyone have an early ranking that they want to throw out there?
I'm looking.
I am as well.
Where's our Marvels at? Where we got them?
I mean, they're up and down.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, Thunderbolts is 177.
Okay.
That's immediately where I went to.
Superman's way up. Superman's 93.
Yeah.
right.
Rightfully so.
I'm gonna put this.
I think I'm. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm gonna put it at 182. Below,
182.
Dude, me too.
below Final Destination 3, above Last Voyage of the Demeter.
I think
Okay.
that's so perfect. That's such a perfect spot, dude.
Thanks, bro. Synergy. And I recommend this movie
yeah.
and he doesn't. So that tells you no.
Exactly.
Okay, so we got two 182s.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm lower than that, fellas. I mean, I'm trying to use other superhero films as the benchmark. Seeing and I know Ty hates this movie, but seeing Wonder Woman at 217, like I don't
is
think
true.
I can put this above Wonder Woman 2017.
It is true. I mean, that is a good movie.
Yeah, like I don't know. But at the same time though, then like this would also be below Quantumania and Thor Love and Thunder, which are
True.
horrible.
True.
So it's tough, man. But like the Flash is there. I'd probably watch the Flash over maybe. Yeah, I don't even know how we say
brother,
that.
no.
Stinky poo poo, no.
Yeah, I don't know. And that one has Ezra Miller, so it's like fuck Ezra Miller. All my hell hate Ezra Miller. So like, okay, I'll put this above the Flash in my head canon, but I think I'm gonna have to split the difference somewhere. Then it hurts me to put this above Wonder Woman 2017. And even Zack Snyder's Justice League, with it being 5 hours in runtime.
Quantumania is up
hey,
there
man.
too, dude.
This is shorter
Yeah,
than both
I'm
of
gonna have
those.
to. I know. I'm gonna have to split the difference, dude, and I'm gonna go above. That's sick. I can't even. I'm sorry. I can't. Who am I kidding? I can't put this above Wonder Woman 2017. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go 220. I will put this above Antlers. I don't like
What?
Antlers at all, and
Bro,
I'm a
this
big
is
horror guy.
not
Yeah,
worse than Venom and Aquaman. Dude. Like, put it below Wonder Woman if you want, but fuck.
All right, I'll settle. I'll go 218. I'll go
Jesus.
218. It shouldn't even be above Zack Snyder's Snyder Cut.
Man,
but
we're gonna have to force Blake to watch Brave New World again so he understands how much.
Yeah,
better
that movie is horrible though, for sure. That movie is so bad, dude. My dad saw that movie like in real time, and he called me afterwards, like, and we went to talk about it, and he was like, "That may be one of the worst movies I've ever seen."
Wasn't good.
So like, that movie is horrible.
Honestly,
fucking
he's not
so
far off,
funny.
man.
Yeah.
That could get placed under the money laundering tier, and I wouldn't blink twice.
That thing got fucking slammed down there.
Yeah. So I'm
As
gonna
it deserves to
stick
be.
218 then.
That's
I will
All
put it above
that's
the second
poppycock.
Aquaman.
but I understand.
I gonna go to bat a little bit for this movie, I guess. Didn't think I'd be the highest here, but I'm gonna move it up to 165, below No Time to Die and above Last Breath. I think that's a
Fair.
good spot for me. I don't feel comfortable saying this is better than any Daniel Craig
Rock,
James
Top
Bond
Gun,
movie.
Independence Day, you're fucking nuts.
I mean, good movies,
Paranormal
classic
Activity,
movies.
FD3.
I don't-
You
I
like
don't have the nostalgia. I don't have the nostalgia.
You like this more
like
than
y'all do for
Thunderbolts,
those.
man? Like straight up?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
straight up. Yeah. By
Really?
by a good margin too, honestly. Not a ton, but by a good margin. So that was my Thunderbolts. It was
I
like
respect
gotta
it.
put it above. And then it was like, how much further up can I go? So 165 for me personally. And then that gives us an average rating of 186.75, meaning it's gonna go at 187 below Ferrari and above Men. That hurts me.
That's probably fair.
That's not
That's probably
fair. That's not. Those movies compared to this
That's
one.
super fair. If you have the ranking within two of the people in the group, that's a super fair score.
I'm also
That's
way
fair.
higher on Ferrari than the rest of you as well too. I think that movie kind of
That movie
rules.
blows.
It's a
No, that movie
Ferrari.
kinda
It's a
sucks.
Ferrari.
That
Yeah,
movie-
Ferrari. It was all right.
You know,
But
movie.
ultimately, I mean, where it lands right now, it's below Blind Spotting,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I think we would have to imagine. We all agree is a better film than this.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like, okay. I mean, I think it's kind of fair, man.
What tier is that?
Well, I was
That's
just about to
B.
figure that out. 187, we're going all the way down to.
It just gets, what is that, D tier?
Yeah,
it just hits D tier.
D tier, dude.
That's
you guys
about
are
where
crazy.
You'd have to go up 2 slots to get it in C tier.
Oh,
Sorry
out
about
of
it.
where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think personally, I feel like it's a C plus, B minus, but I think
I agree.
Would you put it above Ballerina? Straight up. That's really what you gotta gamble on.
I think this is a better movie than Ballerina. Ballerina is like at certain points is
100%.
fundamentally broken. Like Ballerina is a movie that, like, we talk about the difference in polish. Like, that's a very unpolished movie in comparison to this overall. Like, yeah, no, that's a different. I think this is decent, occasionally inspired, but I don't think it's. I think it's also being punished for what it is as well too.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's the 48th Marvel movie.
I was just gonna say, I think if this was the 5th Marvel movie that Blake had seen, he would like it a lot more. This is the 37th is the actual number. This is the 37th number in the Marvel universe of movies.
That's sick.
Iron Man 37.
Not even accounting for the first 2 Fantastic Fours.
That's true. That is also true.
Right. Yeah. All right. D tier it is.
Well,
man.
that's
So going into that next week, how about another Marvel movie? Heyo.
Yeah, heyo.
One that Blake will like. But where will the rest of us stand?
Yeah, that one has potential to get pretty high. It's gonna be my guess.
Yes, it does.
We all got that kind of potential.
Oh.
Anyway,
careful.
We will be watching next week. It is my somewhat belated birthday pick. Pretty belated.
Birthday pick.
Happy birthday.
Thanks. The original Sam Raimi Spider-Man. Sam Raimi Spider-Man. Currently apparently streaming on Disney Plus.
Fubo.
Someone can verify. And Fubo. But you can find it. But that is one near and dear to my heart. Have wanted to get one of those movies in the pod quite a bit.
What is that, 2003? The first one?
I think it's
02?
02 because
September 11th,
I remember
right?
it. Yeah, it's got a weird tie with September 11th where it came out shortly thereafter. And it's so close in fact that the Twin Towers are featured in the skyline of the film. Like it was filmed pre 9/11. Really? It came out just after.
There was a whole marketing trailer where he webs up a helicopter in between the Twin Towers, and that was like a commercial that was playing.
Right. Right. And
it's
so
2002.
Significance.
Just confirmed.
Yeah, I think it's
go ahead,
it's
guys.
early 2002 though. Like,
yeah, it is. It's very close to 9/11, and so this like movie being set in New York, obviously, and Spider-Man being so tightly, tied to that city, obviously, it was pretty impactful for all those reasons.
It's a spring 02 release.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So you guys are spot on.
Yeah, I know my Spider-Man history.
No, you don't.
I don't quiz me on it because I probably will not do as well as I'm making myself out to be. Yeah, I'm excited. Go check it out. And then you can join us for our review of that next week. Anyone watch anything fun recently?
I watched Eddington. Funnest
How was
movie
that?
of the year.
Seen it. Funnest?
Yeah, you asked me if I watched anything fun.
Is that a word? Oh.
That
that doesn't sound like Ari Aster.
Yeah, it's good. I liked it a lot. Does it feel like an Ari Aster movie? Sort of yes, sort of no. Yeah, I came away interested about it. Like, just overall felt like I got it. Thought it was interesting. Thought I was kind of dreading it in some ways because it's obviously set during the pandemic and that like takes a lot of aim at that stuff. But I think it ends up pretty focused as well too. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Liked Eddington a lot. I watched all of Kaiju number 8. I don't know if I talked about that on the pipe.
Dude, fucking sick.
Yeah, it's a good show. So I at least watched the first season. I think season 2 is coming out now, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. So I caught up on the first season of that, and season 1, or it could be the series of that show Stick, ended too with Owen Wilson, the golf one. And I like that. I like that show a lot. It was fun. Kind of a nice little show to have in the background, and have going. So yeah, that's what I've been watching.
Cool. Go ahead.
I watched Sicario for the first time.
Ooh.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah. Me and my buddy Danny got out of the Fantastic Four, and he was like, "Dude, like, because we had a 4:30 screening, so we got out around like 6:30. He's like, "Dude, like, let's run another movie. Like, let's do something. Like, it's night's still young." I'm like, "Dude, it's Sunday night. I want to go home." He's like, "All right, fine. I was like, "I'm gonna go watch a movie, but it's gonna be my bed." And he goes, "All right, well, I'll just come over." And I was like, "All right, if that's what you want to do, you can come and watch a movie." So yeah, we got a little bit of food. Came back, put on Sicario. Forgot how we landed on it, honestly. I think we were just kind of scrolling around and came across it, and I was like, "I've been meaning to watch these. I've never seen it." He goes, "Yeah, I've never seen it either." I'm like, "This fits our runtime. Movie we both want to watch."
Yeah.
Really,
What'd
really
you
good.
think?
Really, really good. Super solid. I didn't really know what to expect. The plot of that movie was, other than it's like, takes place in Mexico type and like cartel stuff, but like didn't know beyond that what it was. So the kind of involvement and kind of reveals of that movie were definitely surprising for me. I didn't have much spoiled for me in that movie, so a lot happens that I was like, damn. But as you can imagine, cinematography is awesome. Just the tension that they're able to build in some of those scenes is great. I mean, it's crazy that's probably like still at the bottom of my Denny tier, like Denny V list. Like I don't think that breaks in the top half, and that's just how insane his discography is, and how many like insanely good movies he's made. Like, it's not that V at all. That's still, I think I haven't rated it on Letterboxd yet, but that's probably going at like a 4.5 stars, which is like 9.5 or like 9 out of 10 in that range. So like, yeah, it's that good of a movie, but it's still probably on the bottom half of my Denny V list, which is just a crazy testament to him and everything he's put out. But really, really enjoyed it. And now there's a second one, but it's not Denny V directing it. Is that still good and worth watching? Who directs that one?
I can't recall off the top of my head, but I want to say it was maybe a 2018, 2019.
Soldado.
Yeah, it's. I think you can probably pass on it. It's nowhere near as polished. as the first one.
Never seen it.
This looks like an Expendables type movie based on the trailer that I just watched.
If you like Benicio del Toro enough, then sure, because you get more of him.
Yeah,
to be honest, but outside of that, I think you're probably good. But awesome, you got to Sicario, man. That's one of those where it's, to your point, it's hard to rank the Denny V catalog, but that's one where like could potentially be my personal favorite. And I think as quiet as kept, that has one of my favorite shots from Denny V, and it's where they're going underground through the tunnels, and like it turns to the night vision shot with like the boots on the ground is like arguably the best Denny V shot off the top of my head. It's like it's that. There's the inked fireworks, right? And Dune Part 2, when they get to the black and white, and then the in Blade Runner 2049, the Ana de Armas character, where she like
Big Joy
merges.
Okay.
No, not the Big Joy one's cool, but the one where like she actually the AI thing merges into the human. I can't think of who plays that character's name either, but like those are the top 3 shots. But Big Joy is awesome. That's like memed forever.
Mackenzie Davis, that's who plays the other one.
Thank you, Mackenzie Davis. Yep, where Ana de Armas and Mackenzie Davis, they kind of merged to make one person. I think is fucking awesome. But yeah, man, cool. You've seen that.
Yeah, no, it's been one I've been meaning to knock out for a while, and was very glad to to get around to it. Had a good time watching it.
Kind of surprised we don't have that on the podcast, but I think that's one that's been on the short list since like year one.
I think it has
just
been.
Never got to it.
Yeah, and part of me wanted. I mean, I kind of did push this off because I wanted to have a first watch on the podcast, but like we have no plans of getting it on here like anytime soon.
For
and
sure. Yeah,
like I just wanted to get it out of the way.
Surprise Bernthal.
Yeah, no, me and my friend were both like, "Holy shit, he's in this!"
Yeah. Did you know Daniel Kaluuya was in it as well?
No, I had no idea. And
that's...
and then again, me and my friend were like, "Is that who I think it is?" And it took us like 2 or 3 scenes with him in it before we were officially like,
there's
okay,
he
has his helmet on in the first scene.
Yeah,
so it's kind of
some heavy hitters in that cast.
There's a lot of sneakers in that one.
And that's him before Get Out. Like that's
it is.
It seems like it might have been more of a breakout role for him. And his character is funny too, where he's like, what does he say? He's like, you need to tell us what's going on, or I walk. He goes, okay, get out of here. I don't even want you here.
Yeah.
It was a good scene. But yeah, man, really enjoyed it. Good movie.
Is there anything else you've seen, or?
No, that's pretty much it. That was the only other thing I really watched this week. I'm trying to think. I watched the Formula One race a bit. Pretty good race. Had some rain, and that's always crazy. But McLaren just keeps chugging along.
Rocket ships.
Yeah, man. I'm hearing not great things about the 2026 cars. Everyone's saying the simulator, like all the drivers are saying the simulator sucks. There's still too much to keep track of. They run out of power because the batteries. I forgot what they're changing about the battery. But like they're not enjoying it.
Their feet to pedal like the Flintstones. Like it drops out on the back straight and just.
Yeah,
DRS activated.
A lot of the same things came up the last time they did a rule change. So we'll see. I'm not too worried about it. And if they don't like it, then they change it again.
Yeah.
In the pit lane.
We'll see. Hilarious. But yeah, that's all I got around to. Blake, you were starting to say something before I cut you off with Sicario. I was just excited to talk about it. But
yeah, no worries, bro. No worries. Yeah, I've gotten to a few things in passing. Funny enough, I'll start it off with Denny V because you brought up Sicario. Mm-hmm. So watched Arrival recently, Haley and I. It's a movie she's been wanting to watch for a while.
Has she
so we finally it was her first viewing.
Ooh, okay.
So we finally got to that, and I think she was pretty fond of it. Obviously, we know we're ranked high on that in this podcast. To your point, Adam, I think that it's hard to rank Denny V's catalogs. I feel like every time I watch one, I'm kind of like, that one might actually be my favorite. Sure. Which is, it's crazy, right, to have that many hits to your name. But yeah, Arrival is awesome. Amy Adams in that is phenomenal. Forrest Whitaker is phenomenal. Jeremy Renner is great as well. So yeah, that's one we always reference, and it's now memed its way, maybe not into pop culture, but just like movie culture, where everyone's always like R.P. Abbott. Sure. So yeah, it's one like as soon as he dies, or as soon as they like introduce their names, I got sad. I was like, oh, he's done for. He doesn't know it. Well, maybe he does know it because actually, with their spoiler alert, he may know he was done for.
He's got an idea.
Who knows? We'll see. He's got an idea. So we saw that. She was very fond of that. Nathaniel, what were you going to say?
Did you guys see that the New York Times released their 100 best movies of the 21st century? Arrival was on there.
No, was it New York Times?
That's what I saw, at least.
I thought it was a different. Okay.
It was New York Times.
Okay. I haven't seen it.
We had the physical copies at work, and it was the Times that I had. But
okay. Got it.
And you said 100 best, you said sci-fi movies?
No, 100 best movies of the 21st century.
Movies.
Okay, in general. Okay.
Yeah. Arrival.
What was
Arrival?
I do
remember. Yeah.
Arrival was on there. I don't remember what it was ranked. It was like top 30, maybe something like that. Okay. Number one was Parasite.
Sure.
Which I thought was interesting. But yeah, it was pretty cool.
Are they wrong? Are they wrong? Are we ready to have that conversation?
I think number 2 was like Mulholland Drive, which I think was the one for a while that a lot of people would pick for a bit.
I have not seen that.
It's old David Lynch. But yeah, that one was interesting. I thought they and that wasn't like a poll. They got like 10 like movie critics and like directors and stuff and just had them put their like 10s on it, and then like certain ones
Okay.
showed up a couple different times and stuff, and yeah, it was cool.
Nice.
Mad Max Fury Road was I think 11. That was definitely
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
That
it was
movie
up
is
there.
awesome though.
That was
for
definitely
sure.
one that was showing up a lot. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you jogged my
No, no
memory
worries,
because I think that was the highest ranking Denny V on the list was Arrival
Okay.
for them.
Interesting. Yeah, so no worries, man. Thanks for jumping in and sharing that. I'll see if I can find that online. I'm sure there's even an article somewhere I can
Yeah,
find.
100%.
I'll try to pull it. But yeah, so we got to that. Thoroughly enjoyed. I've seen it multiple times. Haley's first time. She was really high on it. The next one I got to in passing, just on board home, Netflix needs something to put on. And I thought of our boy Nathaniel when you brought up Until Dawn. So I watched the
Oh,
Until
sure.
Dawn movie
Dude, what you
on
think?
Netflix, and like, honestly, dude, like,
It's not
better
bad,
than
right?
I thought.
Like,
Yeah, it's better than I thought. When it first hit theaters, it was one of those. I was like, "Oh, that's probably fucking horrible."
Yeah.
Right. So like, I didn't even attempt to watch it, and then you gave your brief thoughts. You're like, "Hey, it's actually give it a shot." And then I watched it. I was like, "You know what? I can see how if you went in with like dirt expectations, like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, this is better than like the Boogeyman and Truth or Dare
I think it's a
and
good
all those types of horror
I think
movies.
it's a good hangout movie. Like I think it's a good
Yeah.
like hangout horror movie like with people you can throw it on and like laugh at it or make fun of it, but also it's got a couple good little bits here and there.
Yeah,
I thought
it's
it was
cool.
decent.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I really like I can't think of her last name, but the Odessa. She's
Yeah.
also in Hellraiser 2022.
Sure.
She's awesome. She's slowly making a way for herself in kind of the horror community. I'm sure she'll get a pretty big role here coming soon. But yeah, overall it was good. Haven't played the games, but have seen gameplay on them countless times on YouTube.
Sure, yeah,
Big YouTube horror guy. So know the gist of it. They're not necessarily mirrors of the game to that regard. So
No,
they take
not-
out a few new spins on it, but it's cool, man. It's cool. I want to say that's all I've really gotten to that I'd care to share. I did start Snowfall, which I've watched like maybe the first 2 or 3 episodes years ago. And watching F1 with Desmond Idris, it wanted me to go back to start that. So I went to restart that the other day.
Oh, okay.
And that's that's the one where he's playing. Funny enough, his character in that is Franklin. Full
There you
story
go.
moment. There it
What a
is.
fucking loser.
Yeah. So so we'll see how that goes. I've heard good things about Snowfall. Obviously, I know it's one of the better TV series people have. So we'll see if I finish it. You guys know I don't really finish TV series for shit. So we'll see. That's
You
all
know
I
what?
got.
I've joined you in that club.
Dude, I can't, dude.
Dude,
Sorry.
it's ever since I've graduated college, it's just like
I can't.
when do I
dude.
have
Just give me a movie.
10 spare hours in a
Fuck
week?
that.
Like,
Exactly.
like
Give me a 2.5 hour
who's
movie
got
and I'm
time
good.
for all this television?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Show's got to be really good for me to watch it at this point, and even
For
then,
sure.
it's hard for me to get through. So,
Totally agree. Ty, you want to wrap us up?
Yeah, honestly, nothing too crazy. We had a couple of friends from Arizona come and stay with us for over the weekend, and they're what I would consider both TV or like movie people. And we were sitting there one morning, and Leah and I are doing a rewatch of the Marvel movies, like early stuff in the right order, and we had Winter Soldier on, and the gentleman of the couple was like, I wish that like when Captain America threw that, it would like, be realistic. It would cut that guy in half. Like that's moving so fast. and I'm like, hey, you guys have seen The Boys, right?
I was gonna say.
And they're both like, no. Like, what is that? And I'm like,
have I
you
got
guys
a
have
show for
never
you?
seen The Boys? I'm like, have you guys
That's
ever even
hilarious.
heard about it?
that
And they
you
were
just
like,
blew his
"No."
mind, dude.
Yeah, so I was like, we have to watch the first episode. Like, there's no way that we're not. So we turn up the first episode, and they are like so far in. They're like,
Yeah.
this is like one of the greatest shows we've ever seen in our entire lives.
yeah.
So I'm like, bet. So that was like the big thing for us.
Nice.
Dude, that's such an awesome feeling that rarely happens where you're like, man, I wish this existed. And then someone's like, it does. You know what I mean? Like, it's a
100%.
great feeling.
Like, I have the perfect remedy for you.
Yeah, 100%.
That's dope.
So,
right.
other than that, that was pretty much it.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get on out of here. Thank you all for listening, especially if you made it this far into the episode. Do us a favor and share the podcast, share it with a friend, a family member, really anyone you can. Anything you can do to help us grow is much appreciated. While you're doing that, follow us on Twitter at Banter, on YouTube, or just Back Row Banter. And if you want to send us an email, you can do so at backrowbanterpod@gmail.com. I'll go to Tyler Verdalis. Where can the people find you at, my man?
Find me on Instagram, Letterboxd, and X, all Tyler Verdalis, VIDALES. Blake.
Letterboxd, BlakeHolder, be on there, logging some things, rate them out of 5 stars. PSN, Mr. Water Coolers, Xbox, Mr. Water Coolers, Instagram, Mr. Water Coolers. Nathaniel.
Yeah, you can find me on Letterboxd and Blue Sky and Instagram. That's about it. Adam?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter at Aish24 and on Letterboxd at Aish. That's AYYSH. I believe that is all of us. And I believe that is it for episode 245. 5 more to 250. That's exciting. But anyway, thank you all for listening. Again, especially if you made it this far into the episode, you're our favorite type of listener. We really do appreciate it. Join us for our review of Spider-Man next week. We'll BRB.
America. Ready for another lesson.
Yeah. Who is that? Is that Kevin Hart?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember when that guy was funny? Just seems like eons ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He blew up so fast, dude.
Yeah.
And then went full like commercial comedian.
I mean, yeah, but he made a fuck ton of money doing it.
Yeah, I
so-
guess,
for sure.
right?
Dude's
That's probably
very
the way to do it.
successful, and he's still successful today. But
I mean, I respect his hustle, man. But yeah, I don't find his movies very funny.
Did anyone see? I agree. I don't think
I
him
really
as a
never-
character in movies is funny at
Yeah,
all.
I really don't know a single role of his or character or like movie of his where I'm like, oh, that Kevin Hart.
Borderlands?
I know one. Ew, you're sick. I do know one though, off the top of my head, and it gets me laugh every time. It's a very small scene, incredibly small role, but it's in the 40-Year-Old Virgin, where he comes into the
it
record
is.
store where they're working. Yeah, that is an all-time.
You know what?
Like,
he must be like
that's a great poll. That's a great poll, Blake.
He must
'cause
be
I
like
completely
20
forgot about his
in
like.
that clip, man. Like,
He's so
Oh,
young.
yeah, 'cause
I think
when's that movie?
That's like
2004. Yeah, like
yeah. No, that is one of his first roles, and I remember listening to a podcast he did with like Trevor Noah, and they talked about that briefly, and he said like that was one of his big breaks.
That shit is comical to this day.
Dude.
Yeah.
What a great scene. This your boy?
Yeah, right.
He's an employee and he works here. Yes, I am a manager. Both y'all getting clapped.
Yeah, he was like, what does he say? He's like, first off, you throw too many big words at me and I don't understand them, so I'm gonna take them as disrespect. So yeah, that's really all he has going on my end. From like, he does have one all-time classic comedy scene, and outside of that, though, very, very forgettable, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got some good pulls. I watched a lot of his stand-up when he was getting big, but yeah, it just kind of became way too oversaturated for everybody.
Yeah, oversaturated.
It was all the movies. The movies were coming out like back to back to back to back. Kevin Hart, Kevin
Yeah.
Hart, Kevin Hart. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck is this guy
Yeah.
not gonna do?
For sure. And then I mean, didn't they make damn near a series of them? What's the joints he's got with The Rock? Didn't they make like 2 or 3 of those?
He's got like one of them is
CIA.
Central Intelligence.
Yeah, that one.
Okay. Maybe I thought he had more than one of them, but maybe they do just have one Central Intelligence.
And then he's got a ride along and a ride along 2 with Ice Cube.
Okay.
Yeah, but they didn't.
There might even be a 3.
Yeah, potentially. I know he's in Jumanji.
Was
Right.
there
Like
like
that's
a
probably mid 2010s.
Night School? Was that him? Fight Club or The Fight 2 or something like that? No, that was Trevor.
I don't
No,
know.
no,
Get
no,
Hard
losing
with
on that
Will
one.
Ferrell.
Oh,
Yeah.
that may be it. Are there 2 Get Hards?
No, I believe there's just one.
Okay.
He and Ice Cube also intersected on a lot of those for a little bit there too.
Yeah, dude. He went crazy.
Yeah.
And then,
Okay.
like,
So
not to
I'm
mention
looking
all
at
the ones on like
go ahead.
Netflix, dude. There's so many of them.
Yeah, I know. Well, I looked on. I made this mistake of clicking on his IMDb, and like his just as big a producer
Oh,
as he
no.
is an actor. Jesus. Die Hard. That was the other one, wasn't? Oh no, wait, that was a different one. That's
I don't even know what
that's
that
only
is.
2023. Jesus.
What I was gonna say was a sleeper on here that I forgot he's in because he just voices a character. The Secret Lights of Pets.
Oh yeah.
And the first one I actually do enjoy, The Secret Life of Pets. I don't think I've even seen the
I
second.
don't know if I've
I
seen.
don't think I've seen the second
that
one, but the
movie.
first
I've seen
one is
clips
good.
of it.
Night School.
Yeah,
That,
it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
that was the one I was thinking of.
That Secret Life of Pets and Zootopia are regarded as pretty good movies that I. just haven't
Zootopia
seen.
is awesome, dude.
Zootopia
Yeah, everyone
2's
loves
coming out.
Zootopia.
Yeah, it is. We may have to add that on the list, fellas. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I'm down for it. I've seen the clip of the sloth that works the DMV, and they're.
Oh yeah, that's like the
very
all-time
slow.
classic clip
Yeah,
in the
it's a
first
great
Zootopia,
clip.
like
Yeah,
100%. Everybody who's an American driving citizen can relate to that for sure.
yeah.